Hello, this video is for classroom instructors and administrators for the classroom management system. It will help with working with records, reports, and resources in the classroom management system. It assumes that you have already been through the Quick Start guide and the steps involved in connecting a student to the classroom management system, connecting classes to the system, then connecting students to the classes and classes to the curriculum. If you've not been through those steps, you need to do so before you can work with records, reports, and resources. But assuming that you have added students and classes and connected those to the curriculum, we'll move on to work through the steps involved in working with records, reports, and resources. And so we select records on the menu bar, then select record attendance. And from this screen you have a listing of classes connected to the instructor entering the information. Select our class, and then we have a listing of students for the class, and from this screen we can enter their attendance for a given day. By default, that date in this box is today's date, but if you need to enter for a previous date, you can make that selection from the drop down. Make all of our entries, and then we click the record attendance button. We have confirmation that they were stored, and then we move on to work with project grades. In this screen you have listed the various students connected to the instructor making the entries, and projects are items such as morning announcements, sportscast, newscast, etc. Projects that the lab is working on at a given time. And so we enter project name, morning announcements. We'll just copy and paste that into each of these for each student, so we don't have to retype it. And then the first student was the producer. We'll give a 98. The next student was working with audio, 95. Next student was the teleprompter, and then the last student was the anchor. Be sure to click the update button to store the grades. We could click and go back to enter more grades also. Alright, let's move on back to our records and select record quizzes. You may not need this page very frequently because quizzes are provided with the curriculum. Each session of the curriculum has a quiz, and the students take the quiz on the curriculum page, and those scores are stored in the system. But if you should provide a quiz separate from the curriculum, then you could enter that from this screen manually. Select the class for which you're making entries. You have the listing of your students, and then in this case we'll assume that there was a 10-question quiz, and so one student gets 90% for the iMovie curriculum session 2. Next one also actually got 100% iMovie curriculum session 2, and 80%, and also an 80%. And we want to store those scores. Again, we could go back to enter more scores. So under records, we've covered attendance, project grades, and quizzes. Now let's go to manage records. From this page, select our class, our student, and then we have a listing of information for that student. Their projects, grades, all that they've been given, their quiz grades, again all of their quiz grades, and all of their attendance records. From this page we can make modifications if we need to with grade scores and also with the attendance. Just would emphasize though that when you make a change, say in project grades, be sure to click the appropriate button that goes with that section. Same thing with quiz and with attendance. Alright, now we've finished up records, we move on to reports and select grades and attendance. Select our class. Whoops, I missed it. Well, I missed it again. And then our student. This is similar to the last page we were on. We have a listing of all the students' project, quiz, scores, and attendance. However, we cannot modify from this screen. This is simply a report screen, and it will include the total scores, the average scores. Same thing under quizzes. Under attendance, it will list all of the attendance, and then it'll give the total present, tardy, and absence. So this could also be printed from this screen. Next we have journal entries, and select our class and our student. And we don't have any journal entries for our help video, but journal entries are provided through the curriculum. Each lesson of the curriculum has a link for the students to make journal entries related to that lesson, and the teacher can access those entries from this page and then give scores for those entries. Alright, that's all of our reports. Now we go to resources. Video templates. This page lists all the templates that are available for the curriculum. The templates are video clips that go with the various sessions of the curriculum. The students use these clips to work with and learn different features of the video editing software. It's recommended that the instructor download the templates that are needed for a given class session in advance, and then load those on each of the computers in the lab also in advance. Since waiting until class time, if all the students download their clips from their computers during class time, you have several computers downloading rather large files, taking up a lot of bandwidth and slowing the process down considerably. Next we go to teacher's guides, and this is where the teacher can access their guide for the curriculum. And if there is more than one curriculum for which the school is licensed, then the guides for those would be listed here as well. Finally, we go to print student access information. Select our class, and then we have listed all of the students in the class, or actually, yes, in the class, and what their access information is. First of all, their station assignment in the lab, and then their username, password to access the classroom management system. By clicking Save to PDF, you can get a PDF document which can be saved or printed, which gives easy reference for the student access information. Going back to the page, we can also click on the student's individual student, and this will give us a PDF document for just that student. that can be printed and given to the students so that they have their information handy. And this covers records, reports, and resources.